How's it going? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. How you doing? How's it going, dude? Let me empty my pockets. Why are my pockets always filmed? Dude, I don't know how to talk, dude. Why do I have a podcast? Why are my pockets always filmed to the fucking brim, I was about to say. Why are they always filled to the fucking brim, dude? I always look like I'm bursting at the seams, dude. I always look like Trunk from fucking Dragon Ball Z every time I walk around. I'm packed to the brim. I look foolish as fuck, dude. One time, I forget who told me, but somebody said to a friend of mine, she was like, look at a guy's pockets. Every time you meet a guy, just look at his pockets. And it changed her life forever, and it changed my life forever. Didn't change my behavior at all. My pockets are still packed the fuck up, dude. I'm still bulging, bro. I still have 2 bulges on either side of my hips, dude. But I have noticed that, yeah, dude, every guy in the world is just packed to the brim, and they don't give a fuck, dude. You can fully see the imprint of their cock and cellular device, dude, and they don't give a shit. Right, Valentine? Dude, I gotta get a dog cam. Because Valentine, I guess this just is the podcast now, is that my dog is in the room and she's just glaring at me, dude. She's looking at me like, bro, what the fuck are pockets, dude? What are you talking about filmed to the brim with pockets? You talk about those weird bumps on your sides, dude? What is that shit? That's a pocket? She literally stood up to look at me and be like, is anything he's saying interesting? And then she turned around and was like, no, not at all. And now she's comfy, completely out of sight. Her head was popped up staring at me until I started blabbering, and then now she's hiding it underneath the covers. Good on you, dude. Nothing I'm saying is that important, Valentine. Yeah, dude, anyway, what's up, bro? How you doing? The holidays just happened. The holidays were fun, dude. Dude, the holidays were good, but this is my first holiday with the dog, and the dog gets fed too much shit, dude. Dude, the problem is we project the holidays. The problem is that we project like our feelings onto dogs, and then we feed them a bunch of shit, and we make the dog think that it is the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because we look forward to the holidays and like the holidays, we like to pretend like we can make the dog know what Christmas is, but it only sort of understands. It doesn't really understand anything about, Santa Claus or Jesus. It just understands that there's a lot of people around, and they're probably going to give me food for some reason. A lot of these strangers who kind of look like my dad are going to give me too much food. And we didn't calibrate the amount of food. That was the big mistake this year. We didn't calibrate at all. My whole family was guilty of it. I was guilty of it. We were all guilty of like, oh, this food's really good. She must want some of it, even though it's a dog. Even though the dog, we know she can smell it and has an idea that it's good, but she has no real concept of how delicious the food is. But we do, so we go, she'll love it. And she loves it until she's shitting out of her ass all over the apartment, dude. She loves it until she's literally leaking her fluids onto the fucking floor, dude. This dog ate so much steak. I fed her a little plate of steak, which already seemed like too much maybe, and then I caught my grandma slicing chunks this big, just huge globs, and tossing them over her shoulder. So my dog probably ate like 3 slices of prime rib. I gave her a little half of one, and then between my grandma and everybody else who was like, oh, she's so cute, let's give her some. She probably had 14 slices of prime rib. So she seemed fine. She was chilling. She was fine the whole time we're at my parents', but then we bring her back, right? And the day we come back, my girlfriend, of course, goes on a trip, which is fine, dude. She's got to go see her family. I stayed back because I got to watch the dog. I don't mind. I like having my time alone. But I didn't realize that my Christmas present this year was going to be dealing with the dog shitting all over the place all alone, dude. The moment she left, it was almost like my dog knew I'm going to, like, she's gone, so I'm going to shit in front of you. Mom's out of the house, so Dad, I know you can handle this mess. That's what it felt like to me. I know me and the dog are close, but, like, it doesn't make me feel good when the dog's like, listen, I'm comfortable enough with you to puke and shit in front of you. Hey, man, don't be that comfortable. I should have seen it coming because she ate so much, but like she hasn't diarrheaed in a long ass time. And so I was like, this dog knows how to handle her shit. She knows how to handle whatever food we throw at her. Next thing I know, I feed her breakfast. She walks over like 20 minutes later. I'm like, it's not, because usually she eats and then we wait a little bit and then we take her out. And so it wasn't time yet to take her out. Usually she's like asleep. She's fucking sleeping for an hour after she eats, and then she grazes over and she's like, yo, let's go now, dude. But instead she ate. 20 minutes later, she walks up. She's looking at me like, yo, it's time. And I'm like, no, it's not time. I'm tired. I just got back from the holidays. Chill out. And she's like looking at me like, no, it's fucking time, dude. And I'm like, it's not time. Just, I'm working. I'm providing this home for you. Give me 20 minutes. And then there was this look in her eye of like, that was a mistake. There was a glimmer in her eyes of like, you seriously fucked up by not taking me right now, dude. You didn't understand. But that's not my fault, dude, because there's no difference in her looks, bro. Every look is the same. Her look for wanting to eat whatever you're holding, her look for I need to shit, her look for I love you. It's all just a piercing. It's all just like a looking deep into your fucking soul. And then me guessing what that means, dude. Me guessing what part of my soul she's looking at and how do I interpret that as what bodily function does she need to do? Does she need to shit or does she need it to go out or to go in? I don't know. She's just staring at me. So she's giving me that piercing look, but there was some sort of a glimmer where I'm like, your face didn't change, but there's something different. And next thing I know, she yaks her food up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I cleaned up her food. I'm like, I think the damage is done. I'm like, oh, she puked. It got out of her. The thing that was upsetting her shot out, and we're good for now. 10 more minutes, I'll take you out. Next thing I know, she goes into the bathroom. I hear, she fucking just liquid shit. Just fucking straight up a puddle all over the bathroom mat. I had to throw it out immediately. My girlfriend was like, I was telling my girlfriend, I'm like, oh, the dog diarrheaed. And she goes, oh, well, just so you know, all the rugs in the bath, they can be cleaned. Can they? That's what they always say. They're like, oh, this rug can be washed. And then you try and wash it, and there's a gigantic brown stain, dude. Sure, all the shit is gone, but the color is permanently imprinted into the fabric. That's the thing about rugs, dude. Rugs, everyone loves a rug in theory, dude. My girlfriend, dude, she loves rugs, dude. Women tend to love rugs because they usually have a better sense of making a home worth living in. I don't know where that comes from, dude. I don't know where that comes from. But every woman I've met has a better sense of how to live in a home that feels like you don't want to die in it. You know what I'm saying? It's an intuitive. Maybe they're just better in touch of how depressed they are without a rug. I don't know. But furnishings are instinctual with women. I don't know. It's a good habit to have, dude, because a home should be furnished. But the instinct of not wanting a rug, You don't really know quite what it is until it unfolds in front of you. Like, I'm always like, why do I need a rug? I don't need a rug. And then my girlfriend was like, let's get some rugs. We get some rugs. And I'm like, oh, this feels better. It looks nicer. This feels more like a home. But still in the back of my head, I was like, there's some reason why I don't like rugs. And the first inclination was something got lost and we couldn't find it. And it ended up being underneath the rug. I don't like that shit. Okay, but that's not that big of a deal. The second is her last rug got destroyed because this dog diarrheaed all over it. Okay, and that was in the last apartment. Now we're in our new apartment, our apartment together, and we have like 7 rugs, dude. And now she's got a leaky asshole, and so now it's like it's fucking I'm Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible case of the shitty dog ass. Okay, we're in Mission Impossible Valentine protocol, dude. Mission Impossible do not shit protocol. Protocol shitty butt, dude. And so now I'm just like, instead of looking at a room that's easy to clean, I'm looking at like hundreds of dollars that will be disposed of. I'm looking at the apartment and I'm like, damn, she could take an $1,000 shit in the living room right now, dude. At the very least, every shit she takes could cost $300. This dog is dropping $300 liquidy shits, okay? She could create a puddle and I could groan with the pain of me having to buy something. You know what I'm saying? Her shits have become too powerful because there are rugs in the apartment. So I take this dog out like 5 times that day so that she can shit everywhere. And she does. She shits like twice every time we go outside. She's shitting all over the fucking place. She's really just like dumping the ooze out of her body, dude. Which is good. That's what she should be doing. So I'm feeding her chicken and rice because that's what you're supposed to feed a dog when they're not feeling well. I don't know the science behind it. But is it expensive? Like doctors are like, it's really good for dogs to eat chicken, unseasoned, boiled chicken and rice. It's really good for them when they're sick. But it makes me be like, is it not good for them all the time? Why don't we just feed them chicken and rice if chicken and rice is that good? Why not? It's people food. It seems more natural than the hardened pebbles that she eats. Like, what is it? Why can't I just give that to her? Right? Is it because some dogs don't like it? Because my dog will eat whatever you put in front of her. And she loved the chicken and rice. So I'm like, why don't I just make her diet that if it makes it so that she never costs me $700 because of an accident, dude? If she's never going to accidentally cost me $425, why don't I just feed her the diet that costs me the least money, dude? Anyway, I'm feeding her chicken and rice, and this is the day after the diarrhea day, and she's barely shitting, dude. She shits once, and it's barely anything at night. And so I'm like, okay, I hope she's okay. Like, I'm like, maybe she just cleaned herself out in a way that was so crazy that she doesn't have much left in her, so now she's taking a little one. Next day, another little one, like literally a shrivel of shit. But also, I don't know if the dog isn't shitting properly or if it's because she's getting distracted. Because also, it just snowed. We had a huge snowstorm. So every time we go outside, it's like every single family in the neighborhood trying to get as much snow time in as they can before it disintegrates into nothing in an instant. Dude, every time it snows now, it's like a race to get like 42 hours of snow time in before it disappears. We got lucky this time. The snow lasts like 3 days. Usually the snow lasts 1 day, dude, if you're lucky. The way snow works now is like how people treat the first day of summer. Like every single human being on the first hot day of the year, every person acts like it'll never happen again. Every person's like, we need to go to the park right now or I'm going to shoot myself. I don't know why. Usually the first hot day of the summer or the first hot day of the year signals that many more are to fucking come. But for whatever reason, that's how we treat snow. Or not for whatever reason. We have a reason to treat snow like that because it's gonna be gone, dude. Every time it snows, the right thing to think is might be the last time. Or maybe not the last time, but it's like it might be the only time this year. When I was a kid, it would snow at least like 5 or 6 times a year. Big, hefty, 6-inch snowstorms. And now every winter, it's like maybe we get 3 inches one time. So this 6-incher was a big fucking deal, dude. But anyway, she's distracted. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, like literally when she was shitting that one time, dogs were barking at her, and so like she got a little shrivel of shit out, and I'm like, is this what you are trying to do, or was this an interruption from the fucking Doberman over there, dude? Is Dobby the Doberman fucking you up? But then the problem with this dog is, then I'm taking her out the rest of the day, and she just won't shit more, dude. Even when I'm like, you gotta shit, and I'm fucking planting her into the dirt, and I'm trying to mock how she shits so that she instinctively copies me and then starts shitting. You ever do that? You ever copy a dog's movements into them doing the thing? My old dog, or I guess it was technically my sister-in-laws and my brothers, their dog, one time I was mimicking how it pukes. I just looked at the dog and started going, and then she started doing it. And I had to stop her from puking. So ever since that moment, I'm like, if a dog needs to do a bodily function, maybe you can mimic it into existence. This wasn't working. I try and mime her shitting. I try and crouch and like mime the fucking weird way she convulses her shit out. And she just looks at me like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Bro, that couldn't be me, dude. I would never look that embarrassing. She looks at me like, that's not how I do it. I don't know what you're doing, dude, but cut it out. Anyway, so then yesterday she didn't shit at all, dude. The whole day, she's not shitting. First walk, no shit. Second walk, no shit. So third walk, I'm like, you have to shit. We're not going anywhere till you shit. We have a baseball field right near our apartment. I take her out into the baseball field. Hold on, let me make sure I'm... Okay. Sorry, I want to make sure the camera wasn't going to cut out. I take her to the baseball field. She's walking around. She loves the baseball field. Usually I let her run around, but I'm worried that if I let her run around, a dog might come in. Good instinct, because next thing I know, dogs come into the diamond. We're in the baseball diamond of the baseball field, and these other dogs come in, and my dog is like kind of not great with other dogs. I don't know. It's very hit or miss, but also I need her to shit. So these dogs are just distracting my dog from taking a primo shit. So I take the dog. We go along this footpath by the water right near the baseball field. She's not shitting, dude. She keeps stopping and pissing, dude. And the more she pisses, the more it pisses me off, dude. Because what she does is she takes 2 full pisses, and then she mimes pissing onto every single place that she wants to be hers, even though nothing's coming out, dude. She fake marks her territory up and down the fucking street. And so the more I need her to shit and the more she fake pisses, the more I'm just like, bro, if you're going to fake something, at least fake shit, dude. At least just make me feel like you're not going to ruin the carpet. Just make me feel like safe to have you on the couch. But she won't do it. And then we get to the point where like she wants to always walk by this field with this really far away spot with squirrels. And I'm like, bro, it's not, no, dude. If you take a shit, I'll reward you with squirrels. But if you're not going to shit, you don't get the squirrels, dude. So I find this little patch of dirt. I just put her on the patch of dirt. And I'm like, okay, nobody's around, nothing's happening, just shit on this patch of dirt. And then all of a sudden this paper bag starts blowing in the wind and it won't pass us. It's just scraping against the sidewalk right next to fucking Valentine, and she's staring at it. And I'm like, what is going on, dude? Is God hurting me right now, dude? Is this divine intervention? Is this a middle finger from the sky? What is going on, dude? Why can my dog not be left in a comfortable situation to take a shit so that I don't have to be stressed inside of my home, dude? Why, dude? God, why can't you get rid of this bag, dude? So I get her away from this bag. I take her all the way back to the park. There's no dogs anymore. We go all the way to the edge of the field by the water. No one's there, dude. She usually shits there. There's 3 primo palm trees, dude. There's 3 fucking beautiful, if you chopped them down and put them in your living room, they'd be perfect Christmas trees right in front of her. Prime. They literally make a circle where it looks like it's like a dog's toilet, dude. It's like the perfect place for a dog to take a shit. But it's pitch black because for whatever reason they turn the lights off at 9 p.m. by the baseball field. I don't know why. It's not always consistent. Sometimes I go out there at 10 p.m. the lights are on. For whatever reason, they're not on, dude. So it's pitch black. I can't really see, but I see these pine trees, and I know she's shit here before, and I know she likes this spot, and I know 1,000 other dogs have shit and piss in this spot, so it makes her be like, I want to fucking fake mark my territory. So I'm like, perfect, dude. Shit it up. She's sniffing. All of a sudden, she starts chewing something, and I go, what are you doing? And I look. Because I have to get really close. I touch it with my foot and I look really close because I don't have a light, and I see it's shit, dude. This dog ate another dog's shit. So I appropriately went bad. No, I don't want to do it now to freak her out, but like I was so annoyed. This dog, I was trying so hard to make her shit. And then what does she do? She just eats another dog's shit. And then so not only am I going to be worried when she gets back in the apartment that she's going to diarrhea. Dude, now I'm even more worried because the only thing, she ate boiled chicken, she ate chicken, rice, and another dog's shit that day. If anything's going to make a dog diarrhea shit, it's going to be another dog's shit coming out of its asshole. Another dog's shit definitely doesn't become a good, healthy, solid shit. Another dog's shit definitely becomes worse shit. 1,000% it becomes something grosser. So I gave up, dude. I gave up. I took her home. I was scared of her shitting on the carpet. I was scared of her getting her tongue near my fucking head. I was afraid of her mouth. I was afraid of every hole of this dog's fucking body and what it might do to the goddamn apartment or me, bro. She had a fucking shit mouth and a shit ass, and I was fucking sitting in the corner of the apartment being like, please just don't make me have to spend some money, dude. But then thankfully I took her out today. Took a fat shit right in the morning. Fat, healthy, regular ass shit. She's eating her normal food again. She took a regular ass shit. Second walk of the day, another hefty shit, dude. Maybe she's gonna go for the turkey today. But yeah, dude, having a dog is chill. Having a dog is chill. In those moments with the dog not shitting correctly, I'm just very happy I don't have a child, dude. Because a child would be much worse, dude. A child's human shit would be that's definitely not coming out of the carpet, dude. Oh shit. Do they have diapers for dogs? I should have diapers on deck just in case she does that again, so I could just fucking wrap her up, dude. Dude, will I ever have a child? I constantly think that with this dog. Which may be a funny, topic to bring up right after I was just for 25 minutes complaining about my dog not shitting correctly. I don't know. I don't know. If I can't handle a dog not shitting correctly, I don't know if I'm ready for a human being not shitting or doing anything correctly for the first couple of years of its life, dude. It's funny. I'll get annoyed with this dog, but I'm also confronted with like, thank God that we got her a couple years in and she like knew a bunch of shit already. Like the diarrhea is an accident that she can't control, but like, you know, which is upsetting, but at the same time, she's fully potty trained. Like we never had to teach her anything. We just take her out. She listens to like sit and stay without us ever teaching it to her. The only thing we taught her has been paw, and she learned that pretty quick. We just had to keep saying it over and over again until she finally fucking figured it out. It's funny a dog learning a trick because it's not just learning how to do a trick. It's learning what our words for things are. You know what I'm saying? Like if you meet another human being, you share language. So if you're like, hey, if you had another human being who didn't know what shake meant, you would just be able to be like, hey, give me your hand. Hand here. There you go. And then they would know how to shake your hand. But a dog not only has to figure out that you want its paw to come up and touch your hand, but it has to figure out what part of its body is a paw. It's looking at you like, what do you want me to do, and what part of my body are you even referring to? Paw? What's a paw? What's a paw, and do I have one of them? How many do I have? How many do I have? Where is it on my body? You want me to give it to you? And then she finally figures it out because I just keep grabbing her hand and shaking it like that. And I keep pointing at it and pointing at my hand and putting it in my hand. I keep just saying the word paw over and over until finally I just said it one day and she was like, which means she figured out she at least had two. Because the first time she was doing it, she would go all the way on the ground and then reach at me with both of her paws. So I'm wondering if like the reason why she was doing that was because she was like hedging her bets on like what part of her body it was. She's like, if I'm all the way on the ground and reaching forward, it's gotta be something in the front. It's gotta be. My dog basically settled on he wants something from the front of me. I'm gonna shoot that at him and then he'll get more specific. All right, the camera's about to go out. I'll see you guys in the second part. What's up? I'm back. Dude, I swear to God, every time I do this podcast, I always sit down like, how am I going to fill an hour? And then I always end up spending like 25 minutes talking about the dumbest fucking thing ever. Like I literally just talked for 30 minutes about my dog shitting. I don't know if it's going to be entertaining when I sit down and talk here, but I do know that I will fill the time, dude. I can talk about the dumbest shit forever, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, enough about dog shitting. My dog finally shit. Thank you, Valentine. Good girl. Good girl for shitting, okay? She's not listening to me at all. She's just fucking, she's trying to sleep hardcore right now, and she's just pissed that this bright light is just fucking on top of her. She's never been more awake in her life and never wanted to sleep more. Valentine, this light will be off in 30 minutes, okay? And then you could sleep to your heart's content, bro. This dog either wants to be moving at 100 miles an hour or it wants to be sleeping in a way where no human being could ever find her. She either wants to be buried under 18 blankets or running full speed at you with her teeth out trying to lick and bite you in a playful way. But no, dude, okay, I want to talk about this on the podcast. So it's the holidays. Me and Audrey have been watching a lot of holiday movies, dude. We watched two things I want to say, dude. First of all, every year for Christmas I watch Die Hard. You know why? It's a Christmas movie, okay? And I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I found out something specific that really bothered me. Apparently Macaulay Culkin, I think I saw, my brother was referring to it, but I think I actually saw him say this on maybe it was Red Letter Media, I don't know. But he was being asked like if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and he said no. Listen, also, I didn't see the clip. I'm going off what my brother said, but if this is true, Macully, I got a fucking bone to pick with you. Macully apparently said that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie because because that movie could take place not during Christmas and it would be the same movie. First of all, no, it wouldn't, dude. Okay? If it wasn't on dude, oh my God, dude. The entire setting of he's going on Christmas to visit his wife, and now I have a machine gun, ho, 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 and all the cops being super lax because of the holidays, and then all of a sudden there's a fucking terrorist attack happening. Dude, there's so much in that movie that is better because of it being set on Christmas. There's so much of that movie that makes it more compelling because it's during Christmas. And so I disagree on his argument alone. I think that the movie would be worse if it wasn't during Christmas. Because what happens is it's like such a crazy plot to happen at such a comfortable time. And that's part of the reason why they're even robbing the place, is because no one expects a criminal plot to occur during the holidays, dude. It's awesome. It's a Christmas caper, dude. What are we talking about? The movie would be worse if it wasn't on Christmas. Okay, so the argument outright I don't agree with, but also it's like, bro, you can't make that argument when your movie is Home Alone, dude. Home Alone could be set during any fucking time of the year. Home Alone already when I rewatched Home Alone, I'm like, why the fuck are you going to Paris during Christmas? What? Like, already the plot is very not Christmas. Most people don't go to fucking Paris for Christmas. They stay home and they have whoever's around. Dude, my friend is from Texas and he doesn't go back home for the holidays. Okay? You had to get the wealthiest family ever to create this plot specifically for Christmas. Honestly, this movie makes more sense as like a summer vacation movie. The whole movie the movie doesn't even center around Christmas. It centers around your family going on a trip and forgetting you, dude. The trip could happen whenever. Home Alone, I would say, is better because of the Christmas setting, but you could do that plot not on Christmas. Easily, dude. But anyway, shout out Macully Culkin. You did a great job in the Home Alone movies. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. I don't hate you at all, bro. I respect your hustle. I respect your grind. I respect your talent, but you're wrong, dude. You're fucking so dead wrong. It's crazy, dude. Die Hard is not only a Christmas movie, it's the best Christmas movie to ever exist. It's maybe the best action movie ever, and it's definitely the best Christmas movie. Anyway, what I wanted to say about Home Alone was, dude, I found out something. Dude, it's so... Dude, my girlfriend, like, she will... There's things she does or thinks that are so, like, I don't know if anyone thinks it, and it's so funny. And she thinks like I guess I'm making fun of her a little bit, but like it's what I love about her. Like her brain is so fucking weird, dude. Like, okay, so a great example is Home Alone. We're watching it, and the neighbor who his brother tells him murders people with a shovel. His neighbor basically tells Macully, yo, or his brother basically tells him, yo, our neighbor murders people with a shovel. He's a serial killer with a fucking snow shovel. And then you find out later in the movie, like, oh, no, he's just like a normal neighbor and he's a good guy. And he ends up actually saving Macaulay Culkin later in the film from getting his fingers bitten off by Joe Pesci. Dude, I always think about that. Literally, he's like, I'm going to bite every single one of your fingers off. And he goes to put one of the fingers in his mouth. And then the snow shovel man shows up right on time. I'm like, God, dude, this is a children's movie. And he fully was going to bite that kid's fingers off. He doesn't, and that's what makes it remain a children's movie. If he bites, but it's interesting to just think that like they put an idea into the movie that if followed through would make it R-rated immediately. I wonder how many fingers you could get away with in that movie. I wonder if Pesci bit off the pinky, if they would be like, well, as long as there's no blood. I bet you would. I bet you if Joe Pesci fully bit off. It's so funny too because I'm like, the two bandits got their faces bashed in. They got like brutally hurt. But Pesci going to bite the kid's fingers off, that's too upsetting for me. That's too much for me. Even though if you were Joe Pesci and you just went through all that, biting one of his fingers off, it's kind of fair. He fucking lit your head on fire. I think it's fair to bite one finger off. But no, we don't want to see that, dude. That's fucked up. We don't want to see Macully lose his digits, dude. We don't want to see that. But anyway, the funny thing about this is my girlfriend was like, yeah, that guy's Santa. That guy's supposed to be like Santa Claus. And I was like, what's up? She's like, that guy with the shovel, his neighbor, that's supposed to be Santa. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like for a second, she was so like sure of it that I was like, am I missing something? Are we going to rewatch this? And I'm going to find out like, oh, it's actually a wink and a nod that he's Santa. And we watched it and no, dude, no, there's no point. He's just a scary old guy with a beard. And I guess Audrey, when she saw it as a kid, she kept seeing this scary old guy with a beard and was like, that guy's scary. And then at the end, when he saves Macaulay Culkin, her little child brain must have been like, oh, well, that's Santa then. Oh, well, that guy who we thought was a murderer, well, he saved the child and he's got a gray beard. Well, that's Santa. And I felt bad because like I know what she's saying. I know what she's saying with like, I get where she's coming from. In a different movie of that era, it's like a wink, like this guy is Santa, but like there's no real element of that in Home Alone. He's just a creepy guy. And then he's got like a son and a family, and he's not Santa. He's not. I don't know why. I still feel the need to defend it, even though it's like it's clear he's not Santa, dude. He's just a guy with a gray beard, dude. Not every dude with a gray beard on Christmas is Santa Claus. He's got a whole family. They have that whole scene. There's no like, reference to him being Santa in any way, dude. There's a reference to him being a real human guy because he talks about like getting in an argument with his son. I don't remember the lore of Santa containing a young boy as his son who he gets in an argument with. I don't remember that, dude. I don't remember an estranged son in the plot of Santa Claus. But it was fun because I just kept going, oh, that's Santa, the whole time we watched it. Pissed her off so much, dude. Made her so angry, dude. But that's what you do. That's what you do when you're with another person, dude. Dude, it was so fun to get her ass, too. Dude, that's what you live for in a relationship. We're like 3 years into our relationship. That's the whole point of it now. You start out because you like love the person and you're having a good time and like you're like, oh man, I want to really be with this person. But then you end up just trying to get their ass. Like the moment she was like, oh, he's Santa Claus, I was thrilled. I was the most excited I've been all year to be like, that's not Santa. There was no greater feeling than looking her in the eyes and being like, you're wrong about that. And she makes it good because she will deny it to the end. She like, even when I'm totally right, she kept being like, well, he could be Santa. And I just kept getting to go, he's not fucking Santa. But whenever she gets my ass on something, I quickly am like, oh, you're right. Like, I'll check to make sure I'm wrong. And then I'll just go, well, you were wrong. I was wrong. Damn, you're smart. You really got that right. And then there's no... She doesn't get my ass, dude. Oh, man. I just kept being like, dude, that's Santa. Especially at the end when his estranged son returns, because Macaulay Culkin gives him this whole speech. That's Macaulay Culkin's whole thing, is that he tells adults better advice than they would get from anyone else. For some reason, because he's a wee boy, he's not looking at situations with the cloudiness of a stupid adult. So both people who seem homeless, dude. It's funny too, because in the second movie, it's a homeless woman that is Santa. That was fun too. We watched Home Alone 2, and the woman who was supposed to fill that role of the neighbor in the first movie, it's just like a homeless woman in Central Park. Which also, I'm like, I feel bad for that guy in the first movie, because he was never homeless, dude. He fully had a home the whole time. They make him seem homeless. He's wearing these crazy boots that have like chains all over them, like these crazy ass snow boots that look like the boots an executioner would have. Like, that's the whole vibe of him, is like his snow shovels of fucking executioner's axe. But they make you feel like this guy's homeless, and he fully is just the kid's neighbor. And he's like chill as hell. Honestly, if anything, the things that's scaring Macaulay Culkin is that he looks like Santa Claus, dude. Maybe that's what's really scaring Macaulay, is that he's like, dude, he looks so much like Santa Claus, but he's skinny as hell, dude. This guy's freaking me out, bro. This guy must be a murderer and not Santa, because he's thin as hell, dude. I guess that would be Bizarro Santa. Is a instead of a fat, jolly, beautiful present giver, it'd be a thin, decrepit, executioner style madman who seems homeless but has a full-on home. It's funny too, because you find out that he's fully just the neighbor, and he has a son who's estranged, and Macaulay Culkin's like, oh, you should call him up and apologize, and he does, and then at the end his son shows up, and Macaulay sees it through the window, and I'm like, perfect evidence that he's Santa. He has a whole real life family. They came from the North Pole, dude. No, but it's weird because you find out he's fully a guy, and then the next movie, it's like the woman who replaces his character is a homeless lady, and then you start trying to remember the first movie, and you're like, was that guy homeless too? This guy's forever being portrayed as kind of homeless, dude. It's weird. Then Tim Curry, dude. Tim Curry's a pedophile, dude. Dude, Tim Curry's sus as hell in that second movie, bro. He's being weird. He's smiling and inquisitively looking at this kid so much. I was saying it as a joke at first. I kept saying to Audrey, I'm like, I think this guy's I think he's like secretly a pedophile in this movie. And then Audrey's like, no, he's not. He's just what doesn't understand why a child is in the hotel. And then in literally the next scene, Tim Curry is like breaking into the hotel room that this child is in, dude. Dude, I don't care if you're suspicious of this kid. You don't break into his hotel room in the middle of the night, dude. What the fuck are you doing, bro? If you see a little kid come into your hotel and you find yourself 2 hours later sneaking into the room he's staying in, the room in which you think he's alone in, the evidence is stacked against you, dude. Okay, at that point, even if your intention was to just find out the ruse, no human being on earth will believe you, dude. If you're explaining that to somebody, if you're like, hey, I went into that kid's room just to make sure his parents weren't there, they'd be like, bro, you are a PDF file, dude. You got full-on PDFs on your computer right now, dude. You're a huge PDF user, bro. And then he freaks out when he does the fake recording, or not fake recording. He has the recording of his uncle, and he has the clown inflatable screaming at the guy. He's freaking out, dude. And the way he freaks out is not like a guy who's worried because he's found by the dad. It's the look of a guy who's like, oh shit, there's an adult here. I'm not going to be able to do a horrible thing. I'm telling you, dude, Tim Curry was up to no good in that movie, dude. He was going full on Grinch mode, dude. He was being the worst kind of Grinch you could be, dude. Even Grinch wouldn't stoop that low, dude. All Grinch does is hate Christmas, bro. You got to really hate Christmas to try and do what Tim Curry was trying to get up to doing, dude. That is not the holiday spirit, bro. Shame on his character. Yeah, dude. Dude, I'm trying to remember. What did I write down? Oh, dude. Another thing about the holidays is my mom. She oh, dude, my mom can't give examples of things. My mom always talks about my dad getting like. She goes, "Oh, your dad when he drinks, he gets real like nasty." And I'm like, "What is that? What do you mean though? What do you mean by nasty?" She goes, "He just gets like, he gets like stupid and then he gets nasty." And I was like, "Okay, well, give me an example of him being stupid." And she goes, "Well, your dad, he just gets like, he starts drinking and he just like, he'll get like stupid. And then he'll start to just be like, he'll be like so stupid. And it's like, it's stupid." And I was like, "Mom, you can't just say stupid 8 times. Just give me, what does that mean though? What does stupid mean? What does he do that makes you go, oh, that's stupid?" And then she goes, "Well, he just like, he'll just be drinking and he'll just like, he'll get stupid." And I'm like, yeah, but what is stupid? She goes, "It's just stupid. He gets stupid and then he drinks too much and he's nasty." And I'm like, you can't just, you gotta, is this because you're old? Like, can she not think of examples because she's old, or is it just because she fucking doesn't even know what she's saying, dude? Or is it because my dad is like normal when he's drunk and she just doesn't? Because then my dad, I was like, well, what does he do that's stupid? And then my dad starts going, sometimes I'll say something to her where I'm like, oh, you look silly. And then she cuts him off and is like, no, that's not what it is. Don't try and like make up an example. I'm like, at least someone's trying to fucking make up an example. Don't get mad at my dad for trying to fucking say something that makes sense, dude. So I don't know. I don't know what he gets stupid and then he gets nasty. Also, it's so funny because my mom would always blame, like, she'd be like, when your dad drinks Heinekens, he gets nasty. And by nasty, she just means when my dad, like, he doesn't do it as much anymore, but when we were younger, he'd just get angry and he would like randomly be like, "What are you doing? What are you talking about?" But it wasn't Heineken that made him do that. It was just a feeling in the moment. Just sometimes he happened to be drinking when it would happen, but it didn't have anything to do with the alcohol or specifically the kind of beer. For whatever reason, she's like Heineken specifically. It must have been that like he would only drink Heineken on like vacation, and probably every vacation they got into an argument somehow. It's so funny though, because when you're growing up and your parents get into like little bickering things and stuff, you don't. It's just kind of like, why are my parents arguing? What's going on? Like, what's happening? But then as you start your own little family, as you start dating someone long term, you start to be like, well, I want to get to the bottom of what happened there. Every argument your parents had becomes, instead of just like an annoying thing that you heard, it's now like a court case where you're the judge and you want to get to the bottom of what happened so that it can inform the rest of your life. You want to know what your dad's opinion was, what your mom's opinion was, everything that unfolded, what was said to each other, so that, because when you're single, you're out of practice, dude. You have no idea what's going on. But when you're in a relationship for I would say 2 years and on, you're a seasoned vet of you're like a 14-year veteran detective, dude. You've been through it, dude. You've seen the arguments from every angle, bro. You've had the arguments, dude. You're actively having one with your girlfriend that isn't over yet, and so now you're like, let me weigh in here. You're like an off-duty detective being called in to settle what stupid and nasty mean for your parents. You know what I'm saying? I was so fascinated. Like everybody, it really made the holidays more exciting, because then I was like really trying to get to the bottom of, like my brother and my sister-in-law. They were talking about an argument they had the other day, and I was really trying to get to the bottom of it. And then me and my girlfriend were like, I was like. We were like the two lawyers dissecting the case and trying to figure out who's guilty and who's not guilty. And at the end, it ended up being like a plea deal, dude. It ended up being a compromise where it was like both parties were at fault, and so nobody settles. Dude, what, Valentine? Dude, Valentine's getting pissed that I'm not paying attention to her. I'm gonna take a photo and I'm gonna post it right in this moment. This dumbass dog, dude. What? We got 2 minutes left on the pod. Yeah, dude. But what else? I wrote something else. My mom. I don't know. That might be it, dude. Yeah, I only got 2 minutes left. I think that's about it for the pod. That was a fun time, dude. Dude, I guess this is the last thought. This is just the last thought that I want to share. I said this to Audrey the other day, and I really think this is true. And maybe I'll end the podcast with this closing thought. When you fart and you feel the heat on it, you know it's rough, dude. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Does anyone, I want to know if you guys experience this as well. For some reason, when you fart and you can feel the heat on it, it always is a disgusting one. Like you can kind of tell which one you need to leave the room for based on how hot it is coming out of your asshole. You know what I'm talking about, Valentine? You got to know what I'm talking about. Mrs. Shit all over the fucking apartment, dude. I want you guys to think on that. Think about your worst farts and think about if you felt the heat on it, dude. Yeah, that's it, dude. I could leave a minute early, dude. I could stop this thing a minute early. All right, that was fun. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I had a great time. I'm enjoying doing this again, and hope you're having a good New Year. Hope you're sticking to your resolutions. Yeah, dude, try and change something this year, dude. Try and be a better person. Try and be new and improved. I wish you the best for this current year. I hope the best things happen for you. I hope you make a lot of money. I hope you fall in love. I hope that whatever depressive state you might be in now, I hope it improves. And I hope that you have a meaningful, beautiful year this year. Yeah, dude. I hope, I wish the best for the country and the world, and I think we should all stay optimistic and try and not die. Let's all live long together. Yeah. That's it. Thank you for listening. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense. Jake, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit.